Hi there. Hey, I want to talk about soloing over autumn leaves. Now, there's a couple of different ways of looking at it. You could take what I like to call a mackerel approach. In other words, if we take a look at the first four chords, it's A minor, D7, G, C major 7. First four chords out of the G scale. Anything I play in the G scale is going to work fine. Then the next chords are F sharp minor 7 flat 5, B7 altered some kind, and then E minor. Again, there's three chords out of the E harmonic minor scale. Now, a mackerel approach would be just to make up melody within those scales, and that will work. The skilled improviser, though, I think takes a micro approach. In other words, we take each chord on its own and do little treatments to it. In other words, for this A minor, I might solo lines where I'm also going A minor, D, E7, A minor. And then I could even go A dominant 7 to the D7, although I've never tried that, but it would probably work in theory. Do you understand what I'm talking about? In other words, we're doing a treatment for each chord. We want one chord to point to the next. For the G major 7, I might convert that into now a G dominant sound to point us to the C. Over the F sharp minor 7 flat 5, that's pretty routine. It's kind of, that's so tuned in with the E harmonic minor scale that you don't probably want to mess with that. But one thing I like to do is kind of ignore that F sharp minor 7 and flat 5 and just solo on the B7 chord, because there's so many different things you can do with just the dominant chord. F sharp minor 7 flat 5, if you think about it, you run the arpeggio a little bit or the scale, and that's about it. But if you convert that to a dominant chord, it opens up, in other words, just play B7 for 2 measures. Opens up a whole bunch of ideas that you can do. So that's the difference, is between a macro approach or a micro approach. And now this solo is more of a micro approach, where we're treating each chord with its own tonality, its own special deal. Now this solo has got a lot of great licks in it, so what I would advise you to do is segregate each one of those licks for study. Run them up and down the fretboard around the cycle of fourths. When you find a couple of good ones you really like, zoom in, really learn them. All right, let's talk about the solo a little bit more, and let's get into this.